I gotta go somewhere really quick. It's not gonna be that long, I promise. Just like, actually, I'll take you guys with me, and if you guys are nice, we can get Taco Bell on the way home. So it'll be super quick. Just here, come with me. We have a delivery to make. The YouTube checks aren't hitting the same, and ever since I took that extended break to work on the last big main channel video, I've been doing a weird odds and ends thing to kind of make up for the lost profit. And one of those ways is doing little weird deliveries like this. We gotta take this to someone, I guess. Pitch myself as like Amazon, but better. I mean, I do have like a little bit of time if you guys want to talk. Name me anything better than listening to a song and recognizing the sample used in that song. I'll wait. Ha, pranked you. This is a pre-recorded video. You can't respond, so by default, my point stands. Maybe a bit hyperbolic, but as an enjoyer of music, samples are just so darn fun to me. We'll play some tunes while we wait. Especially, oh damn, I haven't heard this backing track in a minute. I miss it. Especially after hearing the original sample and seeing how it grew and evolved in the creative mind of the artist. It truly is its own art form. I made a video in this vein about a year ago, but I love talking about music I like online, so trust me, I got plenty more samples where that came from that I think deserve a bit more love. So that is essentially what this video is. Samples that saved my faith in creativity. Overdramatic ass title. A pitfall when creating videos like this is obviously I'm going to have to play the song I'm referencing and the original sampled track, and YouTube is known to not fuck with people doing that like at all. So if this video somehow makes any money, know that I won a very heated argument. But in the very likely case of this video getting demonetized, please consider supporting the channel in other ways if you enjoyed this video. You can support on Patreon for $5 a month. Just dropped a new album, putting that out there, booyah. The second studio album of Jake Joseph, Preparing Myself to Deal with a Miracle, is out now. Dropped about a week ago as of this video going up. And I'm pretty darn proud of it. And if you want to go check it out, I would really appreciate that. It's available on all major streaming services. Or if you're looking for something more tangible, consider buying some merch at catchingbigfish.store. I'm wearing some right now, between the steering wheel. If you stick around to later in the video, I'll give you a discount code for 10% off. I know hearing a YouTuber shill a product isn't everyone's favorite thing to listen to. I shill because I'm proud. You'll hear a little bit more about it as the video goes on. Catchingbigfish.store. It truly is my baby. Also, sample clearance has become a bit of a hot button issue in the music community. So I will be continuing with the disclaimer that as far as I'm aware, every sample that I'm talking about in this video was legally cleared by the artist who transformed it. And if not, I'm not a cop. So, just putting that out there. Oh shit, what time is it? Damn it. I missed the delivery window. I guess they're not getting this. Fuck it, I want to know what's inside too. Oh, it's the songs I'm gonna talk about. Thank you, God. I guess you can say I hear you went down. I hear you went down. Come on, guys. There's like no other way that I'm gonna make this transition work. So just work with me here. I feel like I'm about to throw. I hear you went down. Did you go down? The first track selected is also the most recent track. JPEG Mafia's Don't Rely on Other Men.
This is the best video ever.
You know, I've been meaning to find a way to somehow, some way talk about this new JPEG Mafia album on the main channel, because I just love it with all my heart. And this track fits like a jigsaw puzzle piece into this topic. Don't Rely on Other Men is insane, intense, unbelievable, also known as unbelievable. And I'm known to hype stuff up on this channel a lot. And I know there are some little fuckers out there that are like, ooh, this is some baby shit. I was in the fucking pit when this song came on. If anything, I'm downplaying how melt your face off fantastic this song is. But it doesn't appear on this list because of its earth-rattling bass, its hyper-aggressive delivery, or its angelic guitar solo on the album version. The sample use, insane. There's one very prominent and easily recognizable sample littered throughout the track, and it's from of all fucking things, an episode of Succession.
I hear you went down. Did you go down?
Oh yeah, I did.
What?
I hear you went down. Did you go down?
It's literally the perfect drop. How does this man do it? Never watched a single episode of Succession, don't know the context of the clip or the episode. The only thing I do know is it fits the track perfectly. A little while ago, I saw a YouTube video of one of those like production-based YouTube channels, and the title was "How to Produce Like JPEG Mafia" or like something like that. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, and it's one of those gimmicks where the thumbnail gave it away. Sample anything, and I bring that up because I think this guy hit the fucking nail on the head. Why Succession? Why Butterfly Effect? Why Ugliest Cry of All Time? A 2-hour video essay can be made trying to figure out the rhyme or reason behind Peggy's sample choices, but I think it's best kept how it is right now. No explanation. Just a horribly sweaty and stinky mosh pit with fantastic music playing throughout. If you've never heard of the song, if you're on this channel you don't know who JPEG Mafia is, you must be lost. And if you're looking for a fantastic song that will guarantee you PR your next rep, I highly recommend checking this out. Peggy, please keep being yourself.
Little mix up, it's that big bad quick little insta. I got something I fixed up, pitched up, kick that beef in the mixer.
How about we talk about a track that actually samples music? Doesn't that sound fun?
Yeah.
The track Wet Looking Road by Everything Is Recorded brings it back to the basics. Just a pretty fantastic sample flip. Everything Is Recorded is a record/artist that I stumbled upon in 2019. Everything Is Recorded is the alias of producer and owner of XL Records, Richard Russell. He kind of Avenger assembled a bunch of legends in the underground and not so underground to vocally feature on an album he produced. Famously Sampha on a shit ton of tracks here, Kamasi Washington, Sid, and for the purposes of this video, UK rapper Giggs. And he raps on the previously mentioned track Wet Looking Road. And still to this day, I cannot get over how insane this sample flip is. The original sample, fun and funky in its own right, comes from the artist Keith Hudson from the appropriately titled Darkest Night on a Wet Looking Road.
Darkest night on the wet looking road. My darkest night was on the wet looking road.
It even plays the original sample unscrewed in the song, almost like as a little tease, like, yeah, I'm a go-to producer, you guys can cry about it. The track is just so funky while also having this like swagger to it. Giggs rapping here is great, and I just cannot overhype how crazy the chopping here is. Like to the point it's almost unrecognizable to Keith's original song. It's honestly been rising up the ranks as like my go-to answer when someone asks me, what's your favorite sample? It just transforms it into something that I can't even fathom that it exists. And that is the sign of a banging sample chop.
Jesus Christ.
Back to the distant past with this one. Do you guys want to feel ancient? This song was released one day before I was born. This song is barely older than me. I mean, hey, we grew up together at this point. Who doesn't mess with Gorillaz? A famous musical and digital art collective, I guess, headed by Damon Albarn. I think they're a super safe aux pick. You know, they got tried and true classics like Feel Good Inc., Rhinestone Eyes, and believe it or not, the track that I'm talking about in this video, Clint Eastwood. Yep, I could already hear your thoughts. I'm in your walls. Jake, there's a sample in Clint Eastwood? I was in the exact same boat as you. Until I saw this clip from Apple Music that went semi-viral in the niche online music space. Check this shit out.
It just came like that.
That's it. That's the preset. It's the Rock 1 preset. But it gets even more. Finally, someone let me out of my cage.
That's fucking cool. That's cool. I'm saying it. Some people got tight when they found out that this song is essentially built around a Gen 1 splice loop. But honestly, for me, I really don't care where the sample comes from. It could be Fisher-Price's Baby's First Loop Pack, but if the song rips, it rips. And Clint Eastwood indeed rips. It really just earns its iconic status. It perfectly combines this monotone delivery with a somehow equally monotone instrumental, and Del the Funky Homo Sapiens verse is just like the perfect cherry on top. While not as deep of a dig as Don't Rely on Other Men, or crazy of a chop as Wet Looking Road, Clint Eastwood is the definition of not fixing what is not broken. If anything, it's adding fucking cup holders and nitrous boosters. Does that make sense? It's my video, I don't care. Before we continue, I alluded to this previously. Very quickly, I'd like to thank the sponsor of this video, myself. More specifically, the channel merch, catchingbigfish.store. Boom. Yes, I am sponsoring myself because, like I mentioned, no shot in hell that this video is getting monetized. And every time I talk about catching big fish, people say, what's that? Or, Jake, I didn't know you had merch, which means I'm doing a poor job of marketing it, which is why this integration now exists. Merch truly is a passion project for myself. I love literally the entire process. Designing, ordering the blanks, fulfillment, all that is done by myself, literally right here. And this isn't print-on-demand garbage either. This is locally screen-printed inventory. I would love to make this a bigger entity, you know, new designs, new colors, new collections, and that is where y'all come in. Both original items on the website are on sale right now, with very limited quantity remaining, so get them while you can. You have the gorgeous brown Fisherman hoodie, repped by a friend of the show, Kyle Reed Abroad. And we got a little ringing endorsement here by Kyle Reed. He says, quote, "The hoodie is one of the most comfortable hoodies ever. And Jake is devilishly handsome and talented and perfect and muscular." And the classic logo tee featured in many DMS videos. He truly is a legend for that. And Pat Chennington on stage at a Shrek rave in Philly as I drunkenly record him. Hell yeah! Not only that, I am pleased to announce drop two brand new items on sale right now. The channel logo on long sleeve, which I have been wearing throughout this video. Front and back, of course. And we got hats, baby. The Bait and Tackle Trucker hat. It goes kind of fucking crazy. I love both of them. I have been wearing them pretty non-stop. I mean, can't you tell? And like the others, super low quantities, so get them while supplies last. So if you want to dress like your favorite niche online music celebrities, support the channel and fund future drops, pick up a piece while they last at the new and improved catchingbigfish.store. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Oh, now it's time to get really fucking weird. Next pick on the list is a sample that I feel, in a very weird way, should not exist. Only Death Grips can pull this off with flying colors. The Death Grips remix to Bjork's Sacrifice. Much like Gorillaz in the last entry, Bjork, Mother, the queen of weird music, has etched her name into the history books. With a career spanning well over 3 decades, Bjork's impact on music is undeniable, with countless artists crediting her as their inspiration. Musicians who can now claim fame to have worked with the living legend include Death Grips. Go watch one of my old shitty videos if you somehow don't know what Death Grips is and you've made it to this channel. Famously, Bjork provided vocals that were sampled throughout the first half of their album, The Powers That Be, that I'm actually forgetting the name of at this very moment. Oh well. The favor seemed to be returned when they would remix 2 tracks off of Biophilia, my second favorite Bjork album, for the Bastards project. One for Thunderbolt and one for Sacrifice. Both pretty great tracks with a bizarre mix of left field industrial production and Bjork's trademark vocal performance. Exactly what you'd think a mashup of these 2 artists would sound like, frankly. So how does a remix land on this list? Well, in only a way Death Grips can, they sample themselves on the track. They used the synths from System Blower and the drums from Full Moon Death Classic. What?
And she gave it to you.
And in one fell swoop, there goes all my monetization. Please, for the love of God, buy some merch. Use code SAMPLE for 10% off your order at catchingbigfish.store. Boom, I told you I'd throw a discount your guys' way. Please, I beg of you. Some of my favorite songs of all time just got car crash speed fused together and somehow made an angelic, industrial dance rager. Not a day goes by that I don't wish for Death Grips to return, as I throw a penny into the wishing well. the most unlikely of sampling and remix techniques, with artists sampling themselves, made a song that not nearly enough people know exist. I hope this video does it justice and shines a brighter light on this track because, frankly, it needs to be heard to be believed.
We gon' fuck up the world, excuse me.
Oh, thank God, enough of this weird bullshit. Finally, some names I recognize. But that is not the reason I saved this track for last, not just because it's two titans of the industry, not because I really like the song, but baby, we got a double feature. You'll see what I mean. The Hillbillies, baby. Cast your minds back to a year ago when Kendrick Lamar and Baby Keem dropped the party track of the century, according to me, The Hillbillies. It's just a damn fun little doohickey. Absolute shocker of the century here, but Kendrick Lamar has fantastic lyrics. And to be fair to Baby Keem, he raps his ass off on this track too. Very braggadocious and sometimes borderline comedic bars behind a relatively simple drum loop and a very angelic, familiar, falsetto-y vocal performance. I smell a sample. But it's not just any sample. It's a Bon Iver sample. Yes, dude! Oh my God, I am just realizing now that in the last video I did about this, I opened with a JPEG Mafia song and closed with a Bon Iver song. And now in this one, I am opening with a JPEG Mafia song and technically closing with a Bon Iver song. I am unfortunately predictable. The Hillbillies sample Bon Iver song PDLIF, also known as Please Don't Live in Fear. That song can damn near bring a grown man to tears. I swear. And with that said, who the fuck heard that and was like, oh, watch this. Boom. Party banger of the century. Booyah. So upon further inspection, it was actually produced by Evil Gianni. So my hat goes off to you. I just love the song and the Bon Iver track for that matter too. It's everything I want from Bon Iver. Rustic, folky instrumentation, art poppy weirdness, and soulful, bashful vocals. Not just from frontman Justin Vernon either, but Casey Hill features on this track. Another artist that I really enjoy, and famously of 90210. Not the show, the Travis Scott song, in case anyone was confused by that. Honestly, another contender for favorite Bon Iver song. They just make good music, man. What do you want from me? But that's not all. Would you believe me if I told you Please Don't Live in Fear has a sample in it? The Hillbillies sampled a sample. Please Don't Live in Fear contains a sample from Visit Croatia by UK jazz musician Alabaster Diplume. The track is a gorgeous instrumental jazz piece, with somber, crooning saxophones and emotionally delicate piano chords. It's that shit you cry to when you're overlooking the big city at night. It's like that type of vibe. Also, the other two songs attached to this release are also equally stunning. If you like what you hear from Visit Croatia, I highly recommend checking out the other songs. But that's that shit. That's what I love about sampling. Three totally different creative minds created three fantastic creative works that each build upon the last. Each time new perspectives and tastes are injected into the track to create almost something unrecognizable from the beginning in the best way. I never understood people who are like, oh, sampling's bad because then now there's no reason to check out the original track. I listen and continue to listen to these songs because I learned that they were sampled. This nesting doll of a song is like what I'm talking about. This is what makes music and art just like fun. If you enjoy music, I highly recommend diving deeper into your favorite tracks because, hey, maybe they contain a cheeky sample. I don't know if you've heard, but these new fancy hip-hop producers apparently love themselves a good sample. If you love a song that contains a sample, then I suggest going out and finding the original track because, hey, maybe you'll start loving two songs. Or three, in my case.